Yo guys, what is good? It's your boy Jamong here, back again with another video. And today we're going over the 10 best sneakers for back to school for under $100. So by the time this video comes out, it's probably going to be August already, and you guys already know what that means. It's almost time to go back to school for those of you guys who are students. You know, you want to start shopping for clothes and sneakers just to dress up your fits when you go back and see all your friends. And then for those of you guys who are not in school anymore, it's still a great time because I know a lot of stores are having a bunch of sales for back to school that you can definitely benefit from. Now, about a year ago, I did do a video on the top 10 best sneakers of back to school. That video didn't get a whole ton of love just because I believe I was still kind of starting off in YouTube. If you guys want to check it out, you can, but it's honestly, the quality is not that great just because I didn't really have a good mic yet. But for this video, I updated the list. I have a lot of different sneakers that are trending nowadays. And yeah, all these shoes are around that $100 price range. Now keep in mind, since we are in 2023, we are at a height of an inflation era. So there has been a lot of price increases in sneakers, especially in retail. Now these sneakers might not necessarily be for $100 or less. They might go for like $110, $120, depending on tax or processing fees if you buy from StockX. But they all are within that general price range of $100. So that means they're generally affordable. Nowadays with sneakers, anything that's like $100 to maybe $150, that's honestly pretty cheap because sneakers are just skyrocketing off the market right now. But for today's video, I came up with 10 sneakers that are just trending nowadays where you can get the best bang for your buck and you can look great in any outfit that you pair them with. Now, depending on how well this video goes, I might do more videos of top 10 back to school sneakers, maybe from like $150 to $200 all the way to $300. So yeah, if you guys are looking forward to that, just let me know in the comments down below so I do know and I can engage with my audience. I want to engage with you guys in this community that we have. So yep, these are the top 10 best back to school sneakers for under $100. Let's hop into it. Alright, starting things off, we do have a sneaker that needs no introduction. Honestly, this is a sneaker that I haven't really talked about too much in my videos, but we do have the Nike Air Force Ones. You cannot go wrong with a pair of crispy clean all white sneakers. So at this time, I believe that the Air Force Ones are retailing for a price of $110. But for those of you guys who are students, if you're copping from Nike, one thing to know is that Nike does offer student discounts. All you have to do is Google Nike student discount and you get verified with Sheer ID. Just enter in your school and the year you're graduating. So yeah, basically you're getting about $10 off your order, which does approximate to about $100 at the end. I know this is definitely a sneaker that every student probably wants to keep fresh and clean by the month of September. But the thing is, by October, November, December, all the way till May, you'll have them beat up. And the good thing about the Air Force Ones is that they have so much more character when they're dirty. So yeah, overall, the Air Force Ones just look pretty nice when they're beat up and they match with every single outfit. You really don't have to worry about it at all. So yeah, the reason why I put the Air Force Ones so high on this list is just because they're such a classic shoe and they've been on every single list for the last like 10 years. It really doesn't need any introductions. So at number 10 on this list, we do have the all classic Air Force Ones. Alright, moving over to number 9 on our list, we do have a sneaker that honestly I don't really find the hype in and I don't think that they're all too nice, but because I know that they're really popular nowadays, I felt the need that I should include it on this list, and that is the New Balance 327s. Like I said before, I really don't find why this shoe is all that nice. I mean, there's just a lot going on. I feel like it's a really loud sneaker. But let's say if you are, pretty wild in your fashion, in your taste, this shoe is probably like the best thing for $100. I feel like it does give off a little bit of designer vibes. Like I can see a little bit of Balenciaga in it. Other than that, I really don't know what the hype out of it is. It's probably because it's really cheap. But yeah, this is a pair of sneakers that is pretty affordable, $100. A lot of people have. So yeah, I don't really want to go too much more into it. But at number 9, we do have the New Balance 327s. Alright, moving on to number 8 on this list, we do have the Adidas Gazelles. Now on my last top 10 back to school sneakers video, I did mention the Adidas Sambas. I pretty much mentioned the Adidas Sambas in a lot of my previous videos, But honestly, now the Sambas are getting pretty overplayed. I know they're really trendy right now, but a lot of people have them. Now, if you're trying to go for something different, but also the same aesthetic, the Adidas Gazelles are the perfect shoe. I'm also not a really big fan of the gum bottoms on the Sambas, and the Adidas Gazelles don't really have that. And they do come in a lot of different colorways. So I do think that the Gazelles are a timeless look if you're just looking for a standard, classic, all-time canvas sneaker. The Adidas Gazelles are the way to go. You can literally buy them in any colorway you want, and yeah, they'll go good with pretty much any fit and any outfit that you pair them with. Alright, so I don't know why every single time I decide to film, the landscapers outside decide to turn on their leaf blowers. So I apologize if you hear them outside, but they always do this every single time. I don't know why. I literally don't plan this out. Which brings us on to number 7 on this list. We do have the Adidas Campus Zeros. Now, like the Gazelles, the Campus Zeros are a great alternative to the Adidas Sambas. Honestly, they give me more of a Nike Dunk SB kind of vibe. I think it's just because of that fat tongue. But yeah, I never really knew too much about the Adidas Campus Zeros until this year. But I do believe that you can definitely wear them for skateboarding. I know they recently just collabed with Bad Bunny, and that collab looks absolutely fire. But if you're just going for a regular pair of Adidas Campus Zeros, you can find them in a lot of colorways like the Gazelles. Now these are pretty affordable as well, pretty much like $100. You really can't go wrong with it. Now if you do ask me, I do like the Campus Zeros a little bit better than the Gazelles, just because they do give off more of a vintage aesthetic, and they do look good with a lot more baggier pants like cargo pants. So yep, here at number 7 we do have the Adidas Campus Zeros. Don't sleep on these guys. I think this is a really nice sneaker. Alright, going back to Nike, here at number 6, we do have the Nike Blazer Low Vintage 77s. Now, like the Air Force Ones, this is a pretty timeless sneaker. And yeah, like you don't have to get the black and white version. They come in all different colorways. You know, depending on the color of the swoosh, you can get like a red, a blue, a green, yellow, any one you want. And I think that's what's great about the Blazer Low 77s. Now again, the Blazer Lows retail for only a price of $100. And if you cop them through Nike, if you're a student, you get that 10% off of student discount. Now, if you're also looking for a more trendy aesthetic, instead of that really small swoosh, you can also opt for that jumbo swoosh, which they also have. I think a lot of people like that a lot better just because it has a funkier look to it. And you know, a lot of people mess with that. I honestly would probably stick to the regular swoosh on the Vintage 77s. But let's say if you're pairing the Blazers with baggier pants, I would go for that jumbo swoosh. I think that is more proportional just because you have such a wide leg, and then having that wide swoosh also kind of looks well with just the whole entire outfit, just pairing very nicely. Now, still along the lines with Blazers, if you guys are sneakerheads and you want to go for something with just a little more hype, I would recommend the Sakai Blazers with the Cause collab. Now, I don't know why, but that collab honestly flopped, but you can find those on StockX for under $100 right now. Now, some of the colorways do look a little bit loud and off, but I like that purple one, especially like that black and white one you cannot go wrong with. So yeah, like these are going for like $80. I think you have to pay shipping on StockX. So yeah, that rounds up to like $100. So yeah, pretty affordable if you're trying to go for something with a little more hype. I believe the Sakai Cause collab with the Blazers are a great shoe to go. But overall, at number 6, we do have the Nike Blazer Lows. Alright, moving on to number 5 on this list, we do have the Adidas Forum Lows. Now, this is honestly the Adidas version of the Air Force Ones. Now, the Adidas Forums were designed for basketball, but then over the years, they slowly transitioned over to lifestyle. And I think that the Forum Lows are making a huge comeback, especially after that collaboration with Bad Bunny. I feel like the Forum Lows did rise on the charts a little bit. This is a shoe that if you're trying to go for an affordable sneaker, it does come with really premium materials, and the Forums only retail for like $100. Now honestly, I would say that if you're not entirely loyal to Nike and you're trying to go for a sneaker that not everybody has, the Adidas Forum Lows are the perfect way to go. So yeah, there's really nothing else much I can say about the Adidas Forum Lows, but it is a nice shoe at the end of the day. I'm a really big fan of that strap, honestly. So yeah, the Adidas Forum Lows at number 5 on this list. But moving on to number 4 on this list, we do have the New Balance 530s. Now, if you're starting a barbecue and you're the one standing at the grill, the New Balance 530s are the perfect shoe to wear. Now, this is a dad-like silhouette with a very chunky base, and I think overall it's a really trendy sneaker. Over the last couple of years, New Balance has just been on trend with the whole vintage and chunky aesthetic. And yeah, I believe this sneaker is extremely affordable at $100. For some reason, this sneaker looks a lot more expensive than its actual price point. So for that reason, I feel like this is the best sneaker to get when you're on a budget. So here at number 4 on this list, we do have the New Balance 530s. Alright, moving on to number 3 on this list, we do have the Asics Gel 1130s. I honestly cannot believe that this sneaker only retails for $100. Now recently, I've been looking into Asics, and I've been a really big fan of the Asics Kayano 14s. Now, like the other New Balance sneakers that I've been talking about in this video, the Asics Gel 1130s also give off that kind of dad shoe-like aesthetic. And like I briefly mentioned before, the 1130s do look very similar to the Kayano 14s. The only difference is that the Kayano 14s retail for a price of $140, and I believe they're sold out in most stores. But when it comes to the Asics Gel 1130s, they're still sitting on their website. You can get them for $100. Now, I understand they might not be as comfortable as the Kayano 14s, but let's say you only have $100 to spare. I would suggest the Asics Gel 1130s. Alright, moving on to number 2 on this list, we do have the Nike Jordan Airships. Now this year, Nike has decided to release a bunch of different colorways in the Airship silhouette. Sadly, this shoe hasn't been going too crazy. Ever since the every game colorway, they've been releasing other colorways with like red, gray, green. Yeah, they've kind of been flopping. On StockX, their prices are going for under retail. So for a price of like $80, again, since it's StockX, with fees, you're probably going to be paying around $100 in the end. Nevertheless, the Airships are still an excellent sneaker if you're trying to buy a very nice shoe on a budget. For those of you guys who don't know, the Jordan 1s are originally inspired by the Nike Airships. I feel like there's not a ton of difference in the two shoes. The Nike Airships, I can already see that it's made with pretty nice materials, and the quality on this gotta be good, right? So I do definitely recommend copying a pair of Nike Airships. Now this sneaker would be number 1 on my list if it wasn't for the fact that it was reselling on StockX. I know a lot of people like the gratification of going into a store and just buying the shoe right away. So yeah, when it comes to StockX, I know you have to wait for it to get authenticated and then shipped to you, so it does take a long time. But nevertheless, if you do have some time before school starts, I definitely recommend looking into the Nike Airships. It's iconic just because it is the face of the Jordan 1s. So yeah, number 2 on our list, do not sleep on the Nike Airships. And finally, at number 1 on this list, we do have the Reebok Club C's. Now, I currently own a pair of Reebok Club C's that I wear for work and for rainy days. I've beat that pair up, so yeah, I didn't even show it in my sneaker collection video. But the more I wear it, and the more I pair it with certain outfits, the more I do appreciate the Reebok Club C's. I feel like as opposed to most white leather sneakers, the Reebok Club C's does give a different kind of aesthetic. Now, it's a shoe that you can find at a retail price of $90, but it's a sneaker that looks good with every single outfit that you pair them with. Not to mention, the Club C's also come in a variety of different colorways. Now, after I beat up my pair, which is the white with green accents colorway, I do want to get 2 more pairs. Now, I want to get the same pair that I do have right now, except I don't want to beat that one up. I just want to wear it and keep clean. And then the other pair is the vintage one, which is in that cream colorway with light blue accents. I feel like that shoe, that specific colorway looks so nice. And yeah, I keep hyping the Club C's up just because they're only $90. I'm pretty sure if you go to the outlets, you can get them for even cheaper. This sneaker, the whole silhouette, the shape of it, just matches all the trends of this current age, and I'm all for it. I do need me another pair, actually 2 more pairs of the Reebok Club C's. So at number 1, this is probably one of my favorite shoes right now of 2023. The Reebok Club C's, an all-time classic sneaker. Alright guys, there we have it. These are the top 10 best back-to-school sneakers for under $100. If you're a student or you're just on a budget, I definitely recommend getting these 10 sneakers. All these sneakers are extremely affordable and they look so fire with any outfit that you pair them with. Now, I'd like to hear from you guys. which of these shoes on this list do you agree with the most, and if there's any pairs that I forgot and I left out on this list, let me know down below. I do want to hear from you guys. Now, if you guys liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to hear more from me, smash the subscribe button because more will be on the way. Again, I'm probably going to do more videos on top 10 back to school sneakers for under 150, 200, and 300. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Again, subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more and you want to be a part of the community. With all that being said, these are the top 10 best back to school sneakers for under $100. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.